While you can control almost every aspect of a fishing trip, you can't control the fishing. That's a little different here in Guatemala.
I mean, a sailfish is a sailfish is a sailfish, but it's different out here.
Left long, you got it right here. He's coming on the teaser right here.
Am I clearing this when we don't see him?
Get ready to clear it. Get ready to clear it. All right, here he comes. Get ready. Get ready. Here he comes. He's right there on the left short.
Woo! My name is Ali Husseini. I grew up in Southern California and now operate the largest sport fishing website in the world.
Just another day at the office.
My office, not yours. I'm Rush Maltz. I got you. What you seeing? Florida Keys native and career fishing guide for the past 20 years. When I come out to California, you can let me catch all the 300-pound tunas.
Our passion is our profession, and we know there's more to fishing than just the catch.
We explore the people, places, and species that make up the culture of fishing.
Really even more third world than Baja, huh?
I got a really good friend, Dave, who took this lodge over in Guatemala and invited Ollie and I down there to explore his fishery.
When you come to Guatemala, you're essentially coming here for one thing, billfish. I've wanted to fish Guatemala for several years. I've always heard about the large numbers of sailfish and also, steady blue marlin bite down there. So I was excited to get down there and check it out for myself.
So I'd been to Guatemala before, roughly 20 years ago. The last time it was, more of a boys' trip. My first time pretty much out of the country on a fishing trip. This time it was more of the lodge experience.
So we're running bridge teasers and long teasers. So it'll be long shorts.
Dave was a bit older than me when I was growing up. We knew each other. He was Miami, I was in the Keys. But we always kept in contact and talked fish. And then he moved down here. I really didn't get to see him for years until recently at the boat show. And he invited me down here, check out the lodge, and here we are.
Came down in 1998. I was the overflow charter boat, and I was supposed to be here just a couple of years, and it's 2016. So we've been here a long time. I've known Rush for years. Went through a mutual friend back in 91.
We always talk about in every area we go to finding the guy. Well, in Guatemala, Dave was definitely that guy.
We're gonna put two rigger baits,
Okay.
and we'll pitch bait.
So you don't even see him on the rigger?
No.
They just knock it out and you know there's a fish there.
Rigger bites are hard to see. They're just gonna come up and snap it out. Okay, so you know how to pitch bait?
You're just gonna drop it out there right to him, right?
But okay, the most important thing, when you're pitch baiting here, you gotta make sure you're always in front of that teaser.
Keep it right in front of the teaser.
Keep it in front of the teaser, because remember, the fish is trying to eat that teaser.
Right.
So if you're back in here,
He's not even gonna see it.
left long teaser. Got him on.
What took so long?
That didn't take long.
But basically, that's how you do it. It's just real important always when we're pitch baiting.
Right in front of the teaser. Either the short or the long.
Either one.
We didn't even get the whole spread out in there. I mean, there's just so many of them, it's crazy.
Once that orange dacron hits the rod tip, that's what we consider a release here. Huh? Look at that fine Key West sailfish, huh? You all right there, little buddy?
Uno.
That's one. This place holds more billfish than anywhere else in the world. What's your guys' best day for releases ever?
Ronnie caught 120 something one day.
In one day?
Yeah.
When you come to Guatemala, you're essentially coming here for one thing, is billfish.
Right long teaser, bud. Here. Watch your side. Now, see him behind the teaser?
Yeah, I got it.
Keep going back. All right, hold it about there. Now put your rod tip all the way out.
The one thing you're gonna give up here is this isn't a big variety spot, but what they make up for in variety, they do it in numbers. This one's an acrobat. Yeah, it's jumping.
Nice going there, Ollie.
Thanks, buddy.
Ah,
Magic time.
sweet release, man, sweet release.
Where I come from and the places I fish a lot, which would be California and Baja, the thing that really draws fish for us is structure. Here it's a little bit different. They've got a big oscillating current that can be anywhere from 10 miles offshore to 30 or 40 miles offshore. And this oscillating current kind of collects life.
We have a big, huge current eddy that does big circular motion here. We're back at home, like back in Florida, the Keys, you know, we have that Gulf Stream that generally tends to go north, and that's pretty much the direction it goes in. Here it's a big circular motion. So that basically what it does is holds the bait here in Guatemala.
The structure is really the current. It's that current that keeps the life around, that kind of keeps the bait corralled and keeps the sailfish around year round. And as we all know with fish, they never go too far from the kitchen.
Local knowledge is brought to you by Andros Boat Works. Adventure never ends. The Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. And bdoutdoors.com.
Reel down to the water until it's rip and drag.
Get 'em!
bdoutdoors.com is your one-stop source for all things fishing, boating, and outdoors. Stay dialed in with current fishing reports, breaking news, and our extensive library of how-to tips. You'll learn about rigging, fish cleaning, boat maintenance. We have recipes for seafood and game, cutting-edge videos, and gear giveaway contests. It's all free at bdoutdoors.com.
I mean, a sailfish is a sailfish is a sailfish, but it's different out here. You can come to South Florida and we have great sailfishing, don't get me wrong. But there's days you can go and not see any. Come here, it's not a matter of if you're gonna catch, it's how many.
Left one, you got it right here. He's coming on the teeth right here.
Marlin!
Where? Oh, that's a marlin. Switch to the marlin pitch. If you fish here during the high season, you are going to get legitimate shots at really nice sized blue marlin. So I'm on.
So a sailfish.
Yeah, well.
There's a marlin back there though.
It looked like
It looked like a sailfish
yeah,
to me.
it did. He was little.
Hey, he said it was a small marlin.
That was a tiny, tiny ass
Tiny marlin. I saw it clear, but I did see back and not bill, which is supposedly the side. Good sized one, huh?
Yeah, probably one of the bigger ones we caught.
Pretty fish. One of the fun things about not being in a high pressure fishery where you're gonna get one shot a day, it really brings out the competitive nature in people that aren't normally competitive. Yeah, let them go. Hey, so you're struggling a little this morning. How about a friendly wager?
I'm always up for a little bet. I'm not a competitive guy by nature.
Normally we don't care about numbers, but in this case, there's a couple sailfish around. You might accidentally catch one, right?
If they get snagged.
I will bet you dinner at the Square Grouper, loser buys, dinner and drinks for the whole crew, whoever catches the least sailfish. We're not competitive. We kind of like to bring each other into our backyard and have the other guy catch the fish in our yard, but here that wasn't the case.
Right long teaser. You got it?
Not this time, buddy. I actually finally saw one before the captain. I can't believe it.
Holy Hannah, you got a sailfish on, man.
Was that kind of unexpected?
Now we woke up. You ever seen one of these before, Rush?
Not lately.
Leader on.
Nice going. Sweet release.
That's one for the good guys. I'm not afraid to admit that I was rooting against Rush a lot of times. Still plenty of time to lose that fish, Rush. Does it always take you this long to land sailfish? You practice this one at CrossFit, or?
Just grab that. See that little orange thing? Just
I
grab
don't see
it.
it, I can't.
That way I could really put the pressure on it.
I can't reach it from back here. There were times when maybe there was a little bit less than sportsmanlike conduct on both of our parts.
It's gonna be a Cinderella story today.
The great thing about all these numbers is this place is like, I mean, it's almost like class for fishing skills. If you want opportunities, you want to hone your skill, you want to see some stuff you haven't seen, this is really the place to come.
This place is like no place I've ever been. You want to hone a skill, you want to catch one on fly, you want to try for one on 4-pound test, 6-pound test, whatever the case may be. Right there, wow, that was 20 feet from the transom.
I mean, you're gonna see things here that you haven't seen anywhere else you fish.
Left rigger. Yeah, you got a sailfish on that left rigger.
But the cool thing about Guatemala is if you're a Keys guy and you like to fish the Keys a lot, come down here, really hone that skill. You can fish them with dead bait, you can fish them trolling, you can fish them bait and switch, which is a lot of fun.
Because you get so many bites. I mean, this is a place where you can miss 10 in a day and you're still gonna catch 20. You know, we have a lot of guys that come down here, guys from, from big money tournaments like the White Marlin Open, and practice the whole bait and switch and they're trolling the dead baits and all that stuff so they can get proficient. So when they go back home and they only get that 3 bites a day or 5 bites a day or whatever they're getting, they don't mess those up.
When it comes to sailfishing, this is the real deal.
The fish are here. I fish here myself personally.
Is it this good all year round?
Man, it's all year long, bro.
Here, on a slow day, you might see 20 fish. On a good day, you might see 60 or 80 fish. And in addition to that, they've got blue marlin.
Get the rod up in there. Get the rod up. Get it skipping. Skip the bait. All right, he's on your bait.
He's on it. He whacked.
Just get ready. Just skip your bait. You want to skip your bait. Okay. It's right under your bait.
Woo! That's definitely gonna cost me dinner. Always a circus. Oh, I can't believe I beat Captain Elbows to the bait.
No, I gave you the rod,
You
dude.
did. Oh man, he's taking it now.
What?
Woo!
What? That's a nice fish, buddy. Nice fish.
I mean, every boat while we were here saw 1 to 3 blue marlin a day. We were lucky enough to capitalize and actually catch a nice 350-pound blue marlin to go with 20, 25 sailfish. I mean, that's world class. That was crazy. We were about to pull the teasers out, and David looked back, he starts screaming marlin. There's a marlin trying to eat the teaser.
Hey, but we got him. That's a release,
dude,
bro.
And how many sails? That's a good.
That's a damn good day.
Haven't even eaten lunch yet. So I think we were neck and neck at the point, and here comes the blue marlin. You know, Rush is a little younger, but he's certainly not faster.
I have a feeling that's gonna seal the deal on dinner.
Yeah, exactly. What am I gonna have first at the grouper? That's what I wanna know. Guess who's gonna be eating a free meal next week? What am I gonna order? A better question might be, what am I not gonna order? I mean, you gotta start with an appetizer, right? You gotta have cocktails when you're hanging out with the crew. Bowl of seafood chowder, salad, and a steak sounds nice. We'll make sure Rush remembers this one. I mean, how bad could a night of dinner and drinks be?
Oh God, with you guys?
Your kids don't need to go to college.
It's been said that a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at the office. But down here in the Florida Keys, we have to disagree. Because with over 200 of the world's best charter boat captains and guides, there's no such thing as a bad day of fishing. The Florida Keys and Key West.
We're just getting started. We lost a day getting ready to go.
Local knowledge is brought to you by Mustad Hooks, defining fishing hooks since 1877. And by AFTCO, the American Fishing Tackle Company.
Dave said this place is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I wonder what $1,000 worth of Guatemalan produce looks like. One of the coolest things about our trip to Guatemala was the fact that we kind of weren't tourists. We got to see how David's operation works, you know, kind of check out his day in and day out. We were fortunate enough to kind of tag along and see some stuff like going to the outdoor market with the chef and be able to check out, you know, a little bit more than that tourist side of that operation.
You can come here and get your clothes, your shoes, anything, huh?
Anything you want.
So is there a need for a grocery store here? Or?
Once you buy from the grocery store, you're taking away from it. It's better to buy it from the hands that grow
sure.
it.
La frontera es 8 horas de aquí. En los Estados Unidos. One of the coolest things about going to these new destinations is, you know, checking out the local culture, and a big part of that's food. You know, when you run an operation like David has at Casa Vieja Lodge, there's a few things that you can control. And one of the most important things for people is the food aspect.
Dave and I both run charter businesses, but the way we do it is totally different. Dave pretty much has to be self-sufficient. He has to be the boatyard, the lodge, chow hall, the feed, you know, he has to feed his clients. My clients come down, they call me, hey, what do we need to bring? All you need to bring is whatever you want to eat and drink.
Dave has made sure you've got a beautiful compound to stay in, a killer swimming pool, awesome food, nice rooms, and the boats are really world class.
It's a top-notch establishment. He runs it like it would be a 5-star Marriott back home. Even though you're not seeing the tunas?
Yeah, they're there. No, they're there. They're there.
This is, without question, the sailfish capital of the world. With some other surprise visitors like blue marlin, Dorado, and even a, you know, pretty solid tuna fishery here.
Right rigger just run down. That was a big old splash on that thing.
It feels tuna-y.
It is?
Feels like it. There goes those drag fish. It's not even taking drags, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
It's not a big one. Might be
It's not taking drag?
No, it might be a 20-pounder. Took some right at first.
It's not bad. It's definitely gonna make for some good sushi.
Well, where there's one, hopefully there's more.
Introducing a revolutionary concept in outboards, a choice. Now with the Evinrude E-Tech G2, you can choose unrivaled performance, superior fuel economy, and the cleanest combustion outboard on the planet. Choose from hundreds of color combinations to perfectly match your boat. And choose 5 years or 500 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Experience the power of choice at ChooseYourEtech.com.
You know, as fishermen in general, I think we all have these milestones. You can call it a bucket list. You can call it like my hit list. That's what I always say. There's certain things on my hit list that I want to knock off before I'm too old to do this anymore. And I think for fly fishermen, a big mark on that list is catching a billfish on the fly.
So this is our basic setup. We have one rigger down. All our teasers are getting pulled on this side. And so basically what we want to do is once we raise the fish to the teaser, we're going to tease them all the way to the back of the boat.
I'm not a fly fisherman. I don't have time to fly fish. I guided people to thousands of fish on fly.
So once he yells, the captain yells, fly in the water, it's just basically grab the fly, stick it in the water, you let all your line run out. When you cast, that's what I want you to do. So cast, and then boom, you put it out. Now what's gonna happen is the fish is gonna be inside here, they're gonna pull that teaser out, that fish is gonna go looking around, he's gonna see that fly, and he's gonna eat the fly.
I fished a little bit of fly fishing when I was a kid for trout. To be honest, I really didn't have the patience. 2 hands.
Load it like a man.
I don't want to kill anybody.
A big part of what we do also is a lot of fly fishing. We host probably 40% of our clientele is fly fishing clientele.
Whatever the fish is on, Alex will be managing the fish. But always remember, we got always chances of the multiples. But our job, mine and yours, Ali's gonna be to clear the teasers out of the way so he can do his job teasing them up.
What excites me is the fly fishing. Me as an angler, I go and I fly fish.
It's pretty much luck to get one on a fly. I mean, I've had lots of shots and I've only caught a handful on the fly rod. Here, they get so hot, they come up and they're ready to eat. Anything, once you reel those teasers and those baits out of the water, whatever's left, they're going for it.
Hey, there he is. Fly in the water, buddy, fly in the water. Fly in the water.
Am I clearing this when we don't see him?
Get ready to clear it. Get ready to clear it. All right, here he comes. Get ready. Get ready. Here he comes. He's right there on the left short. He's coming right behind the left short. Dile. Dile. Cast. Cast across. All right, that's cool. Hold it there.
Get him? Nice.
Excellent, excellent. All right, just keep it good. Got him good, got him good. Don't get too crazy. Give it a little bend on the rod. He's going that way, so bring the rod the other way. There you go. All right, there you go, nice.
Now this is fun.
Now you like that,
This is fun.
Nah. That's a nice little bite, though.
Yeah, that was awesome. He was hot.
Nice. Keep whining like hell. Whine like hell.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to keep the handle on.
What? Woohoo! Look at that sucker. He's coming at us. Come on, un poquito más para atrás, un poquito más para atrás. There you go. One more. Wind down. There's your release right there, bud. Nice going. Now let's get that fly out.
Now that was a change of pace. I mean, the past few days we've been, catching them on the baits, the conventionals, the spinners. That brings a whole element of excitement into the game.
That's a whole new way to do it, buddy.
I really enjoyed it. Dave's carved out this pearl, basically, in the middle of Guatemala. Oh, another one on the short, another one on my teaser.
Left short, left short, left short.
He came up from underneath and ate that one.
I know. Well, he was so hot. That was a great bite, man. You see that thing just smoke it, Dave?
These fish are literally eating 10 feet off the transom.
That was cool. That was so cool. Just a whole different experience, And being it's a little harder.
I was so laughing in my head too when he was coming up and you were flopping that fly around. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awesome.
That was a professional cast. You just don't recognize the underhand double haul
I was like,
triple
this
twister.
is gonna be awesome.
It was awesome
and
for
there
me.
It is, first shot.
Dude, that was awesome for me.
Good job, buddy.
It's not so awesome
I'm
for
gonna
you.
give credit where credit's due.
With a lot of the fishing I've done growing up, it's really been roughing it or, dragging a boat to Baja or whatever. We gotta be self-contained. Most of our fishing trips are a lot like camping trips, whether we leave from San Diego, Loreto, Cabo, whatever. That's not the case here. If you want a turnkey package where you can show up, rely on the fishing, you've got great housing, you've got awesome food, plenty of cold drinks, and this is a great option. Not to mention world-class bill fishing. The amount of sailfish here is ridiculous.
A lot, buddy.